Hi everyone, I am back with hour 2 of International Women's Day. So in the last hour we covered not half the PDF, but few quite a few interesting topics about International Women's Day, which was this past weekend. So March 8th was International Women's Day, and in the last hour we covered some basic facts and stories of origin for why we actually celebrate International Women's Day. Okay, so the first 2 minutes of all our classes are reserved for premium account users or students who have made reservations. Okay, and as soon as the first 2 minutes are up, then all the spots open up for all the students who are waiting. So Hamid, you made a reservation for both these classes.
Yes.
Yes,
and
that's awesome.
This lesson is my 5th class for today.
Oh my God, really? So, oh, you were in both my classes as well. That's awesome. Aren't you tired, Hamid?
No.
You're like, no, Red Bull. Red Bull is how I stay alive.
Energetic.
Yeah, and we also have Eric. Hi, Eric.
Yeah, hi, I'm Eric. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Is this your first time on Verbling?
Yes.
Really, it is.
Your lesson, but I went to the reading, no, reading, the speaking, and grammar yesterday.
You were in a grammar class yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're new to Verbling. Like you've only been around a couple of days, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Just 2 days.
That's awesome. So I'm so happy that you found Verbling and you're a part of the community now. It's always great to have new students.
Yeah, thank you. And what's your name?
Oh, my name is Hina. Welcome to my class. So whose class did you attend yesterday? Whose grammar class did you attend?
Sorry, I forgot it.
Okay, was it a male or a female teacher?
Male teacher.
It was a male teacher. Okay, yeah. That's awesome. So I think a lot of students from our previous class are going to join us. So I'll just ask the new students to introduce themselves. So Eric, why don't you tell us where you're from and what did you do on International Women's Day this past Saturday?
I'm from Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your second question?
Oh, so this past Saturday was International Women's Day, and this class is about that. We're talking about International Women's Day. So I just want to know if you did anything to celebrate International Women's Day.
Well, I didn't celebrate any about International Women's Day.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know that it's because of the history, the early 20th century.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So that's great that you know something about it.
Yeah, it's from America, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
oh, sorry. Hamid's telling me that it was on Friday, not Saturday. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was sick. Right. I was sick, people. Cut me some slack. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for introducing yourself to us, Eric.
Yes.
Yeah. And James. What's up, James? Nice to see you again. Yeah, just want to introduce yourself and tell us what you did on International Women's Day, which was this past Friday.
Hey guys, my name is James. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and yeah, I pretty didn't do anything on Women's Day.
Okay.
I just stay home.
Okay. All right, that's okay. Next year, always next year. All right, next we have Diego. Hi, Diego.
Hey, teacher.
Hey, you just want to introduce yourself and tell us if you did anything on International Women's Day this past weekend?
Okay, my name is Diego. I'm from Colombia. I'm a veterinarian. And the last weekend, I just congratulate my mom.
Okay, well. That's okay. Next year, try getting her flowers.
Yes, and this is my first time in your class.
That's awesome. So, okay, fine. It's Diego's first time and it's Eric's first time. So, I'll do a happy dance for you guys.
Thank you.
All right, that's awesome. So, it's really nice to have new students join my class. My little happy dance for you guys. Okay, let's move on to Cosmo. Hi, Cosmo.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Fine.
Oh, and do you want to introduce yourself and tell us if you did anything for International Women's Day?
Yeah, I'm from China, and maybe there are many people they are congratulate the International Women's Day, but I'm not so familiar with it.
Okay. That's okay. Well, we're all here to learn. We don't all know everything, so that's okay. And that's the point of today's class, to know more about it and to, recognize why we celebrate it. So there is a PDF document that I have attached with this class. It's the same one that we used in the last class. So if I could, let me just post it. So for all those who are new, that's the document that we are going to be working through. All right. So Diego and Eric, Cosmo, this is not your first time on Burbling, is it?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Oh, that's awesome. So welcome. Welcome. It's nice to have new students.
Nice to see you.
You too. So that document that's in Burbling chat, that's what you guys should open, download, put it onto your browsers, because we're going to be working our way through that document in class. We've already read like the first couple of pages because the last class was also on the same topic. We're just going to continue on from where we left off. All right?
Okay,
So
I'll open it.
That's perfect. Yeah. And Raul, welcome back, Raul. Nice to see you in class again.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine too.
Thank you.
Thanks. And yeah, so looks like everybody's well acquainted. So we've read the first couple of pages of that document for all those who are new, and we're just going to continue on from there. So if you want to keep pace with us, or if you want to catch up, it's up to you. All right. Hi, Lalo. Lalo.
Hi,
Hi. Welcome.
thank you.
Is this your first time on Burbling?
Not
No?
second time with you.
Okay. Awesome. And you just want to introduce yourself really quickly? Tell us where you're from.
Yes, I'm from Mexico.
Perfect.
I am Eduardo.
Perfect. And we're talking about International Women's Day, which was this past weekend. Okay.
Yes.
So there's a document that I posted in Burbling chat. We're all going to be working through that. Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen. And we were actually just going through some of these comprehension questions. So let's see. What did we covered number 4, right? Why did Clara Zetkin choose March 8th for International Women's Day? So number 5. What was life like for the New York garment workers in the mid-19th century? So what was life like? What were living conditions and working conditions? People who were in the last class.
Yeah, it was very struggling, or say.
It was a
very
struggle.
bad conditions.
It was a struggle. Yeah, it was a struggle, and it was very bad conditions. Yeah, exactly. Some of the bad conditions that they had to face, they're right here. They lived in Yeah, go ahead.
Tenement houses, fire trap, sweatshops.
Mm-hmm. And very
Like
long
this.
hours and very low wages. Okay, so very unfair conditions. Okay, that's what the condition for a woman back then was. Okay, so how did International Women's Day become associated with the fight to preserve world peace? Do we know what this means? The fight to preserve world peace. Preserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. To keep it as it is. All right. So to have world peace and to keep world peace. So how did International Women's Day become associated with world peace?
I think it was in the third paragraph, because they make kind of ask the women to share in the outbreak, or fight the outbreak in that time.
World War I. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Mm-hmm. So at the time the women's movement started rising up, there was World War I already going on. So women decided to fight for their rights as well as fight for peace. Okay? So all the students who are new, this is just a page that we've read, okay? So a little bit of information and background on International Women's Day is here. I'm just going to ask Laylo, if you could keep yourself muted, and as well as Eric, okay? So everybody, if you could please keep yourselves muted when you're not talking, that would be great, okay? Okay, perfect. Number 7. What types of issues does International Women's Day focus on now? Okay, so what are the issues that they think about now?
Maybe they want to equality with men.
They want equality with men. Okay, Norbert, what were you going to say?
I don't know, maybe equal salary.
Equal salary, yeah. Equal rights, equality to men, yeah. And another other things are right here. So equal pay.
Also,
Yeah.
Celebrating the role of the mother, the community as a Mother Day.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it. As well as equal opportunities for training, education, daycare, health services, end of global disarmament. Okay, disarmament. So ending global war, elimination, the finishing of poverty, discrimination, and violence against women. So they stand for all that now. Okay, in addition to world peace. Okay. So what role did the UN play in making International Women's Day a truly international celebration? So what did the UN do?
In 1977, the United Nations passed a resolution and proclaimed March 8th United Nations Day for Women's Rights and International Peace.
Yeah, perfect. So if the UN declares a day as designated towards something, it means a lot. The United Nations is the biggest organization in the world. It's all the countries come together and work together. So they said that International Women's Day is going to happen on March 8th, which was a very big deal. They made it official, okay? So now it was official. It was not just, oh, some people recognize it and some people don't. It became official all over the world. Perfect. And how are disadvantaged women throughout the world helped by this special day? Okay. Actually, sorry. How is International Women's Day similar to Mother's Day in some countries? Sorry, I missed that question. So how is International Women's Day similar to Mother's Day in some countries? So what happens? Why is this?
The content and the form of the celebration varies from country to country.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they give flowers and cards to their mothers, which is pretty much what you do on Mother's Day as well. Yeah, awesome. And the last question. How are disadvantaged women throughout the world helped by this special day? So how do you help disadvantaged women?
By raising awareness about their situations and suffer their life.
Yeah, exactly. By raising awareness and money for their situation, right? So you can't help someone unless you know what their life is like, right? I mean, if they're disadvantaged, how are they disadvantaged? What is lacking in their life? So you raise awareness, you teach people, you tell people, and then you raise money through charity work, and then you help those women with this money. Okay? Right? So these are just some of the highlights of what we covered. Let's go on to vocabulary review. All right? So match the word on the left with the correct meanings on the right. So let's see. Now let's do number 1 together. So number 1, struggle. A lot of you guys asked me what this means. So struggle. What is a struggle?
Fight.
Struggle is a fight. Does everybody agree? Yeah, struggle is a fight. Yeah. When something doesn't come easy to you, when you have to fight for it, you're struggling for it. Awesome. All right. So let's move on. Let's do Raul.
Yeah.
Can I get you to do number 2?
Achievement. It's a success.
Achievement is, sorry?
Success, to be successful in something. H.
Oh, right. I was just, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just looking at which letter you were talking about. Yes, successful. Yes. An achievement is to have success. All right. So an achievement would be that I got the highest grade on my math test. Okay. That's an achievement. That is something that you did that you were successful at. All right. So an achievement for women is that they have the right to vote now. So they fought for something and they won. So they were successful. Okay. So an achievement is success. Perfect. Thank you, Raul.
You're welcome.
Next, can I get Norbert? Can I get you to do number 3?
Yes, progress.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah, that's okay. Take your time. Right.
I know this word, but I...
That's okay. Take your time, Norbert. Don't worry about it. All right. Everybody else, you guys can look at the other words and try to match them with their correct meaning.
Moving forward, improving, getting better.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. So progress, moving forward, improving, getting better. Okay. So progress in society, progress in technology. So improvements, upgrades. Perfect. Thank you, Norbert. Next, let's get Lalo.
Originate is when something happened for the first time.
Yeah. So which one of the descriptions on the right best describes originate? So which one of these on the right best describes it?
Okay.
Are you looking?
Not.
No? Okay. Who'd like to help Lalo out? So originate. Which one of these is the answer?
J.
No,
J?
start.
No, it's actually J. Come from, having as a beginning. Okay?
J.
Yeah, it's J.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So do you understand, Lalo, what we're doing now?
Yes.
Yeah?
I am.
Okay.
Yes, I get it.
Okay. So originate. So Ahmad, do you remember were you there for the class on evolution?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our origins. So evolution, we discussed our origins, where we originated from. So where we came from, where our beginnings were. Okay. Not where we
Yes.
started. Not where we started. Started is like when you're going to run a race, right? So you start here and you finish there. Okay. All right. Do you understand why it's?
Yeah.
Why it's J? Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Next, let's get James.
N.
Can you read them, please? So
What number?
Number 5.
Anniversary. Yeah. Anniversary is N is yearly returning of the date of an event.
Yeah, perfect. So an anniversary. So for example, a birthday is an anniversary. You have a birthday every year on the same date. Your parents' wedding anniversary, that's happened on the same date every year. So when your parents got married. So it's a date that you remember every year on the same date. Perfect. Thanks, James. Next, Hamid. Can I get you to do 6?
Okay. 6. Textile. A. Material. Cloth.
Perfect. Yeah. Textile, material, cloth. Thank you, Hamid. Next, Eric. Can I get you to do number 7, Eric? I think, Eric, you're muted, so you probably need to unmute yourself. Okay, so there's a microphone button on top, Eric. You need to press that, and that button will unmute you. Eric, can you hear me? Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly share my screen and show Eric where the thing is. Okay, so Eric, this is the screen that you see. This microphone right here will unmute you, and it will mute you again. All right. So whenever you've unmuted yourself, you can let me know, and then I'll call upon you again. Okay. So Ahmad, can I get you to do number 7, please?
Okay. Garment. It's piece of clothing. Yeah.
Piece of clothing.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Garment. Piece of clothing. Piece of clothing. What are some examples of pieces of clothing? Can you give us examples, Ahmad?
T-shirt, sweater. Yeah.
Yeah, t-shirt, jacket. Yeah, t-shirt, jacket, sweatshirt, pants, shorts. Those are all pieces of clothing. Thank you, Ahmad.
So I'm here. I'm back.
Okay, that's awesome. I'll come back to you, okay, Eric? So just make sure that you open the document and you know where we are. Diego. Can I get you to do number 8, please?
Okay, wages.
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 Yeah.
This is B. Money earned for work from work.
Yeah, perfect. So wages, money earned from work. Another way of saying it is your salary. Okay. Wages, on the other hand, they tend to be that you get paid for how much you work per hour, and you get paid at the end of the day. So this is an old way of paying people. Nowadays, we have salary where you get paid at the end of the week or at the end of the month. Okay. Thank you, Diego. Next, Cosmo. Can I get you to do number 9?
I think it should be P. Join together.
Yeah. So what's the word? Can you say the word for me, please?
Link.
Yeah, link. Join together. Exactly. So to link arms with somebody when you're walking. So to join your arms or your hands together and walk with them. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Cosmo. Next, Eric.
Yes,
Eric,
I'm here.
Can I get you to do number 10?
Yep. Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Uh,
What word is it? Can you say the word?
the number 10, varied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like D, is it?
Is it
Different.
which one? Different. Yeah, exactly. Varied means different. Varied is like when you have a lot of different things, they're varied. All right, perfect. It is D. Thank you so much, Eric.
Yes.
Raul has to leave, so Raul, bye. It was really nice having you join us in class. I hope I'll see you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, bye. Have a great night. Okay, let's start with Norbert again. Norbert, can I get
elimination.
Mm-hmm.
It's C. Ending, getting rid of, having no more.
Perfect. Yes, elimination means to finish something off. Exactly. Next, Lalo. Can I get you to do number 12?
Yes, is poverty letter
Poverty.
N,
Yeah.
state of being poor.
Yes, poverty is state of being poor. When you are poor, when you don't have a lot of money, that you are living in poverty. Okay, you do not say you are poverty. You say you are living in poverty. Okay, so and again, yeah, and the other way around would be living in luxury. Okay, so when you have a lot of money, you don't say you are luxury. You say you are luxurious. Okay, but you are living in luxury. Okay. That's the correct way to say everything. Perfect. Thank you, Lalo. Next we'll get James. Can I get you to do 13? James?
Violent.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. I know what it means, but I'm looking for.
That's okay. You can take your time. Everybody else can just look for the next words and their correct meaning in the meanwhile. Okay.
Letter O.
Is it?
Letter O.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh.
Can you read that for us, James?
Great physical.
Physical.
Great physical force.
Yeah, so in physical, the C is pronounced like a K. So physical force.
Physical.
Yeah, perfect. So violence. So it's great physical force. So violence is a noun. So violence is a noun. How would you make violence into an adjective? What is the adjective for violence?
It's strong.
No. I'm just yeah. It's a way to describe it. Yeah. So violence is a noun, okay? But if somebody exhibits violence, then they are violent, okay? Sorry, violence, violent, okay? So violence is a noun. So violence is when you have fights and, war and basically a lot of unrest. If somebody has those qualities, then that person is a violent person. You don't say that person is violent. You say that person is violent, and he or she exhibits traits of violence.
Looking for the fight.
Yeah, exactly. So when you are looking for a fight, you are a violent person. Okay?
But it doesn't have to be only physical force. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it can be described in many types of way.
Yeah.
Not only physical force.
You're right. So James is saying that violence it doesn't have to be physical. That's true. There can be verbal violence as well. All right. So verbal violence, emotional violence. There can be a different variety of violence, but it's basically it's a force. It's a negative force. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of times it manifests itself into physicality, like where you end up hitting the other person. Okay. So that's why. And over here we're talking about physical violence. So that's why. But thanks, James.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Next, Hamid, can I get you to do a 14?
Okay, disarmament, G, ending the use of weapons, guns, bombs, etc.
Weapons. Can you say that word again? Weapons.
Weapons.
Yes, perfect. So disarmament is ending the use of weapons, so guns, bombs, and etc. Okay, so basically putting an end to war. It would be disarmament. Thanks, Hamid. Next, can I get Eric? Can I get you to do 15?
Yes, K. The 15 is global, and my number is K around the world.
Yeah, the letter. The letter is K, around the world. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, Eric. And Imad, can I get you to do 16?
Yeah. It's outbreak. I think we are left with getting rid of or ending.
Which one is it? Sorry?
Ending, getting rid of, having no more.
Ooh, no, that's not outbreak. Who'd like to help out, Imad?
F.
I can't find the outbreak. You said it's disaster, something that.
Yeah. So for example, it's F. So start of a war or a fire or etc. So a disaster.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
an outbreak, so an outbreak, like I explained, when a disease starts and it starts growing and spreading, it's an outbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Imad. Any questions about any of these words before we move on?
Sorry, what's the last answer? I didn't get it. The outbreak.
Outbreak. Okay. So an outbreak is when something starts and it spreads really quickly. Okay. An example that we can use is, for example, an outbreak of malaria, an outbreak of a disease. So an outbreak of malaria in South Africa, where malaria started and then it spread to a lot of people really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the answer? What's the answer?
The answer is start of a fire, war, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and why in the example it says of a war? This is an outbreak.
Outbreak of war. Outbreak. Okay, so we read that. We read that over here. Can everybody please mute themselves because I can hear some people who are not talking. There's like here. Okay, so when Clara Zetkin first suggested making an International Women's Day, there were already signs of the outbreak of war. Okay, so war. Sometimes, okay, so how do people don't just all of a sudden go to war, right? There's like one country fires, then the other retaliates, then you send your troops, then the armies get ready, and then war starts. War is not just, I'm going to land in this country and just start spreading bombs everywhere, okay? So when something starts officially and it starts growing, that's an outbreak. So an outbreak of war would be war everywhere, all right? So World War I, there was war all over the world in many different countries. A lot of countries were fighting against one another. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions about the about that section before we move on? Vocabulary review. If there are questions, even if later on you guys want to come back to it, we can do that. But all these words that we now learned, we're going to practice using them in sentences. Okay. So let's see, vocabulary review. Choose the words closest in meaning to the underlined words in the following sentences. Let's do the first one together. March 8th is the day that is dedicated to the fight for equal rights for women everywhere. So dedicated, what does it mean? Is it described, demanded, or set apart for, C. So it is set apart for a definite purpose. So there is a reason why we have it. It's dedicated. Okay. What other days are dedicated to specific causes? What other days can you tell me around the year that are dedicated to specific causes?
Christmas.
Valentine's Day.
B.
Yeah, exactly. Valentine's Day, Christmas, Earth Day, which by the way is coming up. Okay, Earth Day. Who knows what Earth Day is?
When you save an
Saving,
energy.
yeah, saving energy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Earth Day is dedicated to environmental awareness and conservation. Okay, the days that are dedicated, set apart for a definite purpose. For example, Women's Day. Perfect. All right, so let's move on. Diego, can I get you to do number 2?
Yes. Let me see. March 8th was the date of the first protest march against terrible working conditions. A meeting B, demonstration to show obligation or opposition. C, discussion.
Yeah, this word is objection. Objection or opposition. Yeah. Okay, so which one is it? Diego, which, is it?
I think it is letter B.
It's letter B. Do you guys all agree?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So March 8th was the date of the first protest march. So a demonstration to show objection or opposition. Do you guys know the difference between objection or opposition?
Objection is if you have a comment or you're not satisfied, but not completely against.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is correct?
Yeah, go on, you're right.
The second one is against in a way that is maybe position maybe against each other completely 100%.
Yeah, exactly. So objection is for example when you see in movies in the courtroom a lawyer says something and then the other lawyer says, "Oh, I object," meaning I say this is wrong. I do not agree with your opinion. He's not saying that everything that the lawyer has said is wrong, that he's been lying, but a specific thing that the lawyer just said, I am objecting to that. So I'm saying that that is wrong. I do not agree with it. Okay?
Like a counter.
Yeah,
Is it-
exactly. Yeah, a counter argument, basically,
Yeah.
like a counter attack, right? So I object. Opposition is when you have a view that is opposite to the other parties. Okay? So, for example, people who are, for and against free healthcare. So, if one person says that healthcare should be free, and the other person says that healthcare should not be free, then they are the opposing party. Ahmed, hi Ahmed. I'm going to mute you, and I'm also going to mute James. Okay, you guys, there's lots of noise coming from your microphone. It's very loud. So please keep yourselves muted unless you want to talk. Okay.
Just now, I was already muted.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I think it was just Ahmed then. Ahmed, welcome to class. It's really nice to have you join us. There's some noise coming from your microphone when you unmute yourself. There are some people talking in the background. So if you could move away from that noise, then you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and talk to us. Okay? All right. So you guys understand the difference between an objection and an opposition? An opposition is like a completely different stance, a completely different opinion on the topic at hand. Okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Let's move on to the next one. Cosmo, can I get you to do number 3, please?
I guess C is the answer.
Can you read the sentence, please, and then tell us what the answer is?
Okay, many of the government workers lived in crowded tenement houses.
Yeah.
The large houses used by many families.
Yeah, perfect. So tenement houses, we already went over that, were big houses used by many families. They were crowded, and they were for people who lived in poverty. Okay, they couldn't afford better housing or better accommodation. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Cosmo. Next, let's get Norbert again. Can I get you to do number 4?
Yes, they work in fire trucks, sweet shops for very long hours and very low wages.
Mm-hmm.
A. Sweater factories, B. Clothing stores, and C. Factories with terrible working conditions.
Yeah.
I think C.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. They worked in fire traps, sweatshops for very long hours and very low wages. So a sweatshop is factories with terrible working conditions, okay? And they don't only make sweat. So sweats are a kind of clothing. So you say sweats. Okay, sweats, they're kind of clothing. They're very loose. They're like pajamas or, something that you would wear to bed. And factories that make clothes that have really bad working conditions are called sweatshops. Okay, and you can see them, or you find them all over the world. They're not just something that are found in third world countries or developing countries. There are sweatshops and such factories in the developed world as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Norbert. Next, let's get Lalo. Number 5, please.
Yes. The principal demands were better working condition and the right to vote. The answer is letter B, what they wanted most.
Exactly. So what they wanted most were better working conditions and the right to vote. And then all the other demands were secondary. They came after these basic rights of good working conditions and voting. Perfect. Thank you, Lalo. Next, can I get James? Yeah. James, can I get you to do number 6, please?
Yes. Number 6.
Yeah. Can you read the sentence, please?
Their enthusiasm give life to entire government.
To the entire movement.
To the entire movement for women's rights.
Women's rights. Women's rights.
Women's rights.
Yeah. Okay. So enthusiasm.
Strong interest and excitement.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody gets enthusiastic about something, right? So enthusiastic is not just when you're really, really happy and excited. It's also when you have a strong interest in something. Okay, like for example, I would think that biology gets Imad enthusiastic, and playing the piano would get Norbert enthusiastic. Okay. They might not necessarily be like jumping with joy, but it's something that interests them and it excites them. Okay? So enthusiasm. Perfect. Thank you so much, James. Next, let's get Hamid.
Okay. The focus now is on issues such as the elimination of poverty and discrimination. I think A, attention.
Yeah, exactly. So now that women have good working conditions and the right to vote, they're putting their attention on eliminating poverty and discrimination. Hamid, you asked eagerness. Yeah, eagerness is when you cannot wait to do something. When you are eager, you're really, really excited and you cannot wait to do it. Okay? So enthusiasm doesn't have that component of cannot wait. All right? It's just excitement, interest, and just general, happiness. So you're not like, oh, I have to do it now. I have to do it now. Eagerness is like, oh, I want to do this right now. Okay, that's the difference. Perfect. Thank you, Hamid. Next, let's get Eric.
Yes.
Can I get you to do 8?
Yes. One of the important issue is elimination of discrimination against women. My number is C. Fighting.
Okay. Again, it's letter C, not number
Letter
C.
C.
Yeah.
Yep.
And does everybody agree that it's C, fighting?
No.
No.
Maybe B.
Actually, unfair treatment.
Unfair treatment. Yes, exactly. So one of the important issues is the elimination, the finishing of unfair treatment against women. Okay? So what are some of the bases that people discriminate others on? Who can name some discrimination, like the basis? Race. Okay, what else? Race.
Gender.
Gender, yeah. What else?
What is the name of homosexual and other?
Yeah, okay. So a homophobe, so yeah, okay. Sexism can fall under that, but okay. So discriminating based on sexual orientation.
Yes, that's
Sexual orientation. What else?
Maybe religion also.
Religion, yeah. What else?
Age.
Age, yeah, age. You can definitely discriminate someone based on age. Okay, the color of their skin, color. It's called, yeah, color. Okay,
Disease.
disease. Sure, health. We say disability. Okay, so
Oh,
disability. If somebody has,
Disability.
yeah. So these are all the, and these are not all of them. So when you discriminate someone based on their race, that's called racism. Okay. So when you,
suffrage.
sorry,
Suffrage.
suffrage,
Yeah.
suffering.
No, it's like a suffragette.
Oh, I don't know. Can you type that in the chat box, please, Eric?
Yes.
Okay, so when you discriminate someone based on their race or their color, that's called racism. When you discriminate someone based on their gender, whether it's a male or a female, that's called sexism. Okay? So there are different terms for different discriminations as well. Okay? Discriminating somebody because they are in a wheelchair or because they are handicapped, that is called discrimination based on disability. Okay? Sexual orientation. Here in North America, you cannot ask anybody any of these questions when they apply for a job. Okay? When somebody is applying for a job with your company, it is illegal to ask them what their religion is, what their sexual orientation is, how old they are, what their family background is, and what race they come from. And it's not really the case all over the world. About 3 years ago, I moved to Asia to work, and I got a job there. And on the form, they asked me all these questions. They were like, "What's your religion? What's your gender? What's your race? What's your age?" And it was really strange for me to answer these questions because I have never ever answered these questions when applying for a job. So, and
And
it was, yeah. Go ahead, Norbert.
there is a law in the United States.
There's a law. Yeah, it's illegal to ask anybody any of these questions if you are looking to employ them. Like if you go for an interview and somebody asks you a question about your religion, and that question is going to affect your chances of getting a job, then you legally you can sue that person. You can say that this was discrimination. So it's illegal. You cannot ask any of these questions to anybody when they apply for a job with your company.
Where in Canada or United States?
How about
Canada and the United States, both
Okay.
countries. Yeah, go ahead, James.
how about if it is an organization? Can you ask this kind of question if you like want to employ someone?
Okay, for example, if you want to employ somebody in like a church, I mean, you need to follow that faith, right? If you are employing somebody in a Catholic church, then you need to ask that person, do you follow the Catholic faith? Like if that person is going to be a priest. But if you're applying to be like a software engineer, or you're applying to be a teacher, or you want to be an architect or a doctor or any other thing, you cannot ask anybody any of these questions.
How about only an organizations like not really like religious or like any kind of stuff, but yeah, just normal organizations,
Like, can they ask you these questions?
Yeah.
No, they cannot.
Really?
Yeah, they cannot. No.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, which is why... Yeah, go ahead.
Did you see my writing, my typing?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Suffrage. And what do you... sorry, what do you mean? What do you mean by suffrage?
I mean, because
the right, which is the right to vote.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for that, Eric. So suffrage is a right to vote. So basically, when women want to fight for equal rights to vote, it's a form of suffrage. They're asking for equal rights to vote. Thank you, Eric, for bringing that to my attention.
You're welcome.
Okay, so yeah, I know in Asia, or at least in Singapore, it's not the case, and they even ask you for a picture because they want to see your race and the color of your skin when they employ you. And over here, that is wrong. You don't do that. If somebody sends a picture with their job application, then the company throws that application away because it biases the people who are recruiting. So they don't want to have any sort of bias when they are looking for good job applicants. All right. So it's different depending on different parts of the world. So as you can see, like discrimination against women would be sexism, discriminating based on their gender. Okay, perfect. Any other question before we move on? Who's read right now? It was Eric who read. So and Ahmad is gone. So Diego, can I get you to read the next one, please? Number 9.
Okay. Did you say 9? Number 9?
Yes, number 9.
Okay. March 8th is a day to raise awareness of the problems facing many
Yeah,
many
women.
women.
Yeah.
Many women today. A, make money for. B, make people know and think about. C, have protest.
So and I'm just gonna say this word is raise awareness, not rise. Raise awareness.
This is like aware or consensus. Consension.
Yeah. So
Right.
which one? So which one of these options is the correct answer? A, B, or C?
B.
B. Yeah, exactly. Make
Yeah.
people know and think about. So March 8th is the day to raise awareness. Okay. Sorry, what was your question, Diego?
No, I didn't have any.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So raise awareness. So make people know and think about the problems facing many women today. Perfect. Thank you, Diego.
No, thank you. You're welcome.
And lastly, Cosmo, can I get you to do number 10, please?
Okay. March 8th is a day to raise money for disadvantaged women around the world. I choose A, being in a better situation.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what it is. Disadvantaged women are women in bad situations. We covered that in the last class. What are bad situations? Women who do not have access to education, who do not have access to healthcare, who do not have access to improving their skills. Those are all disadvantaged women, and it varies on which part of the world you're living in and what your disadvantage is. Okay. For some women in some parts of the world, they're disadvantaged. They don't even have the right to drive. Okay, so it depends on where you live and what sort of disadvantage you're facing, and it's to raise awareness about all the different kinds that there can be. Okay, any questions? Anything? If there's any questions about any word or any phrase or any sentence that you guys didn't know, you can always ask me about it later. All right. Okay, so let's look at some facts and figures. So women's lead. Okay, I actually asked you guys. Do you want to look at some facts and figures, or do you want to look at idioms, vocabulary, and expressions?
Idioms and expressions.
Okay.
Please.
What about idioms? Okay, yeah. Because we only have 10 minutes left in class, so I thought I'd ask what you guys wanted to cover. Okay, so let's see. So we are going to go on page 9 and page 10. So page 9 and 10 have idioms and expressions on them. Okay, so let's read some of them. Ahmad, can I get you to read number 1?
Yeah. Be on the same footing or be on an equal footing. Idiom, to be equal or have an equal status or position. Example, women have fought a hard struggle to be on an equal footing with men.
Perfect. Thank you, Ahmad. That's pretty self-explanatory. So equal footing, same footing. So to be on the same level. Okay, so another way to say that would be to be on the same ground or level. Okay, so footing. Okay, so when you stand on plain ground, when you stand on equal ground, then your feet are at the same level. Okay, that's where this idiom comes from. So to be on the same ground or on the same level as someone is to be on the same foot as them. Okay, what does it mean to be on the same page? This is a different idiom. To be on the same page. Okay.
Maybe to be in the same situation?
No, not to the same situation. It means to understand one another properly. Okay? So it's like when you're explaining something to someone, and they don't understand, then you're like, okay, you go like, okay, I don't think we're on the same page here. Meaning, I don't think you're understanding what I want you to understand. Okay? So to be on the same page is when two or more people, they understand something equally. They both have an equal understanding of what is going on. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay? So it's not the same thing. So to be on the same foot and to be on the same page are different idioms, and they mean different things. Okay?
Okay, the same idea, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So to be on the same page, okay, I understand your idea. I understand what you're saying. We're on the same page. Let's move on.
Yep.
Okay? As opposed to
Or the
yeah,
same
exactly,
point.
or the same point. As opposed to I have no idea what you're talking about. Can we go through this again? Then it's like, okay, we are clearly not on the same page here. Okay? Okay, oh my god. Diego, there's like noise. Diego, there's noise. I muted you. Okay? Just you can unmute yourself when you want to talk. Alright, Norbert, can I get you to do number 2?
Yes. Suffrage, the right to vote. For example, in 1893, New Zealand became the first country to grant suffrage to all women.
Perfect. So suffrage is to give the right to vote. The right to vote was something that was reserved just for men until very, very recently in our history. Like, women have only been allowed to vote for less than 100 years, actually. So to give someone the right to vote is to grant them suffrage. Grant is to give someone a right. So grant is giving a right. Okay? So give someone, okay, you are granted, you are given this right. You can do this legally now. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Norbert. Let's do Layla. Can I get you to do the next one?
Yes, suffragette.
Suffragette, yeah. Yeah.
Suffragette.
Mm-hmm.
A woman who fought for women's voting rights.
Mm-hmm.
Example, in the early 19th, no, I don't know how do you say.
So you say 1900s.
1900s.
1900s. So you say 19. So you look at this one and then 100 and there's an S. So you say 1900s. So in the early 1900s, so in the early 20th century, basically. Can you say that again for me, please, Layla? Oh, he's gone. Who was I talking to then? Okay. So I'll read that. So in the early 1900s, many suffragettes were put in prison for their actions in trying to win the right to vote. So a woman who fought for suffrage. Okay, a woman who fought for the right to vote. Okay. So James, can I get you to do number 4, please? James, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4. Around the world, there are more women in decision making.
Where are you reading, James? We are on page 9.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I'll get someone else to read it. You can catch up. We're on page 9, okay? So Hamid, can I get you to read number 4, please?
Okay. Girl Friday. A female employee who does a variety of low-level office jobs. Example, ask Mary to mail those letters. She is the Girl Friday in our office.
Okay. That sounds so like derogatory, right? Does everybody know what derogatory means?
What does it mean?
Derogatory is when it's like oh, she's Girl Friday. Okay, derogatory is when to speak about someone in not a very high opinion. I'm gonna write that here. So derogatory. Okay, so it's like, oh, I use it so often. It's so hard for me to explain it now. So derogatory is when
like
you
show bad attitude about something or
yeah, exactly. Making someone feel small. Making someone feel small or not important or insignificant. Okay, so yeah, demeaning, exactly. So to be a little mean towards someone. Yeah. So when I think calling someone Girl Friday would be very derogatory. It's a very mean thing to say. Okay. Ahmed, we can't hear you. All right. So Hamid, you're tired. We only have 5 more minutes. Okay. So next, let's get Eric. Can I get you to do number 5?
Yes, glass ceiling, barrier or obstacle that prevents women from moving up in the professional or business world. Example, even though Jennifer has excellent skills, she never moves any higher in her company. She can't break the glass ceiling.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So yeah, so a barrier, obstacle, or a problem that keeps you from moving up in the professional or business world. This can very much be because of discrimination. People don't want you to get a promotion because you're a woman, or they don't want you to move higher up. So that's a glass ceiling. So you hit the glass ceiling, you hit a barrier that is preventing you from progressing forward in your career. Okay? Men can face glass ceilings too. It's not just a woman thing. It's not just like only a woman who is being discriminated faces glass ceilings. No, men can face glass ceilings too. Like, I don't know why I have hit the glass. I can't break the glass ceiling of in my career. My boss just won't promote me any further. Okay, so it can be with men as well. Thank you, Eric. Imad. Yep, Imad, can I get you to do number 6, please?
Yeah, to make a living, earn money to live, support oneself. Example, she can't make a living in that job. The wages are too low.
Perfect. Thank you, Ahmad. So making a living to earn a living. So to make enough money to live your life easily. Okay? So when you don't make enough money, a way to say that you're living, to make a living, not make a money, just make money. Okay? Okay? It's not make a money, it's make money. So when you don't make enough money, then you say you are living to live paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. Who knows what this means? To live paycheck to paycheck.
Like there is another idiom from head to mouth.
Sorry, Maad, I didn't understand. What did you say?
It's like there is another idiom from hand to mouth.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You get paid exactly. You immediately spend what you get paid. So
exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah. So you basically have no savings. So you don't have job security. It's like if I don't get paid every 2 weeks, then I can't buy food, or I cannot make my car payments, or I cannot pay my rent. So to live paycheck to paycheck. So to make a decent living, is so you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. So you can have some money, you can save some money, and you can live comfortably. But people who do not make a decent living, they have to live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Sorry, paycheck, the way I've spelled it is the old way to spell check. Okay? So nowadays people write check the way Kevin has written, but you can also write check the way I wrote it up there. Okay? That's the old way of writing check. Awesome. Diego, can I get you to do number 7, please?
Winner. This is the person who makes the living in the family, or the one who supports the family. Example, she has been the main breadwinner ever since her husband lost his job last year.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Diego. So breadwinner is the person who makes the primary source of income. So both parents can work, but maybe the mother works part-time, so she doesn't make enough money to pay all the bills. So the primary breadwinner would be the father. Okay? Or both parents work and then one parent gets fired. Then the other parent, the only working parent, is the primary breadwinner. They're the only people making money to support that household. Okay? Thank you, Diego. Cosmo, can I get you to do number 8?
Okay. Affirmative action. Expression a program that requires a certain number of people from a minority group to be hired. Example, because of the government's policy on affirmative action, the university must hire a woman for that position.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Cosmo. So yeah, so this is not discrimination now. So this position has to be filled by a woman. Why? Because it's affirmative action. The government has passed a law that says that, say, in every company, 20% of the employees have to be women. I'm just giving an example. Okay, so that's affirmative action. So that's a quota. They have to make sure that at least 20% of the people that are employed are female. Okay, or that we have to hire at least 20 different people from visible minorities. So they cannot be Caucasian. So they have to be Asian, or they have to be Black or Hispanic. So this is affirmative action. So this is the government taking action to end discrimination by saying we have made it a law that you have to hire a certain number of people, and they have to be from a certain demographic. So they have to be women, or they have to be whatever, they have to be Black or visible minorities. Okay, and that is actually the end of our class. Did you guys like the 2-hour class? It wasn't only on talking about women, but we learned quite lots of different stuff. You may know tired, Hina. I'm tired, but I always have a lot of fun teaching you guys. So it is actually the end of the workday here. You're welcome. It was really fun talking to everyone and teaching this class. I hope you guys had fun as much as I did. Please make sure you let me know. You can leave feedback on Burbling now. The give feedback, the teacher button works. You can use that to give me feedback, or you can go on my Facebook, which I'm posting here, and let me know what kind of topics you'd like me to schedule next. All right. Thanks everyone. It was a lot of fun, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
I know it's late. I know it's late where a lot of you are, so I'm sorry. Go to bed, get some rest. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Okay. See you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.